G'day legends, Mick here from Fin to Fin Aquariums. Just going to do a quick room update. Not a lot has changed, can't say I've done a lot in the fish room. Have done a little bit of work in the extension, so got a bit of insulation up, still got to fix it up a little bit. So there's nothing spectacular about what I've done so far, but it's getting there. Had a few of these shelving units left over, so I put two in here. So they were going to be 4-foot tanks along there, but these are just going to be 2-footers, the same as what's in the main fish room. So 12 2-foot tanks will go along there easily, and I'm going to put 3 4-footers just there. So and that'll be it for this room. So I have a lot of grow out tanks, and they'll probably end up getting more breeding pairs and things like that put into them, because that's usually what I do. So yeah, a bit more lining to run around. I've done most of the ceiling. I've just got a little bit to go, and a few holes, well not holes but bits to tape up, patch up. Drop a few extra screws in here and there. You can still see the movement in that, the wind that comes through. There is a door behind there, which I've screwed the door shut, but the flutes are iron. The breeze actually comes through it, so I'm going to buy some spray, that expander foam. I'll seal all that up to stop all that air coming in, so just be surprised what comes through there. Now that that lining's there and moving, you can actually really see it, so I'll get that all done. Not saying it'll be done this weekend because I've got a few things on, but we'll see how we go. So yeah, that'll be 2-foot tanks. Obviously all the styrofoam containers can be stored all up the top, so it gives me a bit of storage as well. But those tanks will be, well, those racks, sorry, will be set up exactly the same as these. 2 2-footers on each one. Got to get some more boards, paint them black, and so forth. So it'll all look good once it's done. As for this main room, not much to change. I'm slowly getting rid of some swordtails, so there's not too many left up here. A few bits and pieces. There's even an empty tank in there. A few guppies in that one. Still some platies. Still a few mollies. Then down here on the next level, we've got our albino crebensis in there. There's a pair in there. So they're going well. Another empty tank, so I've sorted this one. This one, believe it or not, this tank's empty, and now there's build up on the bottom. So obviously I'll do a water change, I'll clean all that out, but yeah, it's the dirtiest tank and there's no fish in it. So red cobra guppies in this one, looking quite nice at the moment. So they've had plenty of fry. There's lots of little babies swimming around in there. Zoom in on them maybe. So they seem to be going well. The Bista Grame Panduro pair. This big one's out all the time. The other ones, come out the cave. Doesn't come out too often, so I don't know if they've done anything in there. I ain't going to go anywhere near it. I'm just going to leave it and see what happens. But seem to be going alright, and there is long fin common bristlenose in that tank as well, just young ones growing up, so nothing too spectacular. This one's just got the Corydoras, bronze cories, lots in there. This tank here is the Daisy Blue rice fish that I've been bringing inside from the outdoor ponds, and there's the pygmy cories in there as well, and a albino bristlenose somehow. Nice. This tank here is just some baby albino firecrackers that we bred, so we're growing them up, and some young peppermint bristlenose as well, so probably a half a dozen in there, and then about a dozen firecrackers, so the next generation growing up. Another pair of albino crebensis. And there is marble bristlenose in this tank somewhere. I might be able to see him right at the back there on the glass. It's just not gonna hone in on that properly. Koi swordtails in here. Growing them ones up. Go to the pet shop. Should be just the male albino firecrackers in here, spare males, which are going to be going to some pineapple females. And of course plenty of young pineapples and so forth in there. So a few bits and pieces. The tank below is my normal Crebensis. They're in the cave again, so I don't know if they've got more eggs, but there's about 30 fry in there already swimming around. So they're not going to come out now, they're going to hide. And there they all are. There's heaps in there. And they're growing well. They're not growing super fast, but they're growing and they're alive. They're doing okay, so there's a few shrimp in here, various colours. You can't really see them. I want to get these shrimp out of these tanks. These are blues in here. They're bred, there's quite a few babies in there. Again, they'll be moved. More swordtails, just your common variety. I'm not sure what their name is, but I'll just call them the common ones. And obviously the yellow shrimp. Man, there's plenty in here. I think I've lost a few, but I've probably bred more than I've lost, so it's kind of, colony just keeps kind of hanging in there, I guess. But yeah, that's that rack, so not a lot's changed there. As I said, last week I was sick all week, and then this week back to work. I really haven't spent any time out here apart from feeding. This weekend I'll try and do some water changes and do some more work in the other room with a bit of luck. Over in this tank is just some young swordtails growing out. These are all females. These are not pineapples. They're darker, like a more of a rusty colour, so I don't really know what you'd call these, but I'll put them all in here anyway, and I'm going to throw a male albino firecracker in with them. So that's the plan for them. There's my normal firecrackers. I actually found some babies in there this week, only a couple that hadn't been eaten, so I quickly got them out. They're always looking good. That glare, that seems to always be an issue. Next tank down. So I've got my albino bristlenose in here. There's 4 or 5 in there. The one main pair and a few young ones. And my red tail tuxedo platies. And plenty of babies in there as well, cruising around, starting to grow up. I'll be able to take some of them out probably so it doesn't get too crowded. I do have a habit of leaving them in, and then the tanks get crowded and it just gets ugly. This tank is tiger platies, so only had the pair, so they're bred. Obviously there's babies in there, and I've just left them in there obviously because I only have the one pair. And I'll see what they turn out like, and see if it's a line worth keeping and trying to make a bit better. But at this stage there's about a dozen or so babies in there, but they just need to get some size on them. There's peppered cories in there as well, so you'll be doing well to see them. Down here is my red lace antlers. Should always going alright, just pumping out a few babies here and there. And we should have some L397 placos somewhere in there. But, usually in those caves, but can't see them. I'm sure they're in there somewhere. Oh, there's one in the timber maybe, right in that timber just there. So it needs a good clean, the bottom of that tank. Won't take long to get dirty with them in there. The next tank over is just my red guppies. These are all young, so they're only growing up, so they haven't got their colour. Nothing spectacular in there, and just the bronze gories, which I haven't collected any eggs for a fair while because I've still got plenty of babies to sell. So I just thought there's probably no point keep breeding them until I get rid of the first lot. So that's that bank done. This one here is my Silverado antlers. They've had babies. A few little guys swimming around in there. 4 or 5 at least I've seen. So I haven't had these long, but the Embers always seem to breed pretty well. And my blue eye lemon bristle nose, which hopefully get another lot from them. I'll do some water changes this weekend, that might spark a bit of activity if there isn't already something happening. Just around the side, these are the 2 little albino firecrackers that I found in the adult tank. Normally inside you don't get any, they just get eaten straight away, but come out here early in the morning to feed them before work and found 2 hiding in the weed. Some longfin bristle nose in there, like chocolate longfins or something you'd want to call them. And my blue Mickey Mouse buddies. So they're all going okay. Looks like one sickly one in there that I can see. I'll have to get checking them out, but I'm getting old, some of these fish too. Down here we've got our golden koi guppies. So there's plenty in there, and obviously super reds. There's several super reds in there as well. I can't remember how many I got, but there's plenty there. German white guppies, same thing, plenty. They've bred pretty well, so I can't complain. And the common bristle nose, they've bred a few times, and there's some, I've left the babies in there, so just randomly find some small ones in amongst them. But yeah, overall it's a nice tank. I do like my German whites, one of my favourites. And the bottom 2 tanks, this one's just a holding tank for young albino bristle nose, and it's got a few stray platies. I bought a heap for the pet shop, but there's a few in there that I missed. And of course my yellow guppies. It's pretty standard, but again, $2 each at the pet shop for them, and they breed like flies pretty much, so not too bad. The middle row, these tubs, I think this tub might be empty. There might be a couple of guppies, red guppies still left in there. Albino Corydoras in here, growing up. Mystery snails and mystery snails, so we're not going to get too excited over that. Lots of just mixed guppies in here. There's mixed guppies in that tank, and this one had the neon blue guppies. Nothing in those bottom 2 tanks. They're still just getting water changes, and since I lost a lot of fish in them, I've got everything out. And so yeah, the neon blues obviously don't look that good through the tubs. Are not clear. They're clear, but they're like a bit of an opaque to them. They're not crystal clear. Plenty of nice guppies in there, and plenty of babies. They're still breeding even in these inside tubs. Just got them in here really because these are all kind of fish that were outside. All had to come in. And obviously you get your colours. Look down on top of them, there's some beautiful blues and reds and that in there. These ones are the same, bugger all in those bottom ones. Well, there might be still a couple of stray swordtails in there, but I meant to catch them out. This had my purple cobra guppies in here. Now, I only had a couple of females and a male, and I was pretty confident that I had some fry in here, lucky enough. Oh, there's one there. I see a couple swimming, if you're lucky enough to see that movement. I reckon I counted a dozen or so in there, so there's quite a few over there in that corner. So the purple cobras are off and running. So that's a good thing to get them established. I need that first lot. These are just more of the red guppies. The adult females are in here, and they drop their babies. So yeah, there's babies everywhere in there. Bucket loads of them. Might be able to see some babies through the side here, I think. Yeah, there you go. So if there's plenty on the other side, there's plenty over here. So hopefully end up with a good dozen or more. So I want to get the red cobra and the purple cobra established because I quite like them. They're quite a nice one. So they're all going well. And over this side, we've got the blue tuxedo platies in here. I ended up separating them again because, I don't know, they look nice. The blue's really quite bright. I don't know if the camera's picking it up that well, but it's got a real bright blue at the top. So they're actually quite a pretty fish. So I'd like to get them breeding on their own. Obviously my Julii Corydoras are in here as well. There's plenty of them, and I haven't bred them for a while, but I haven't really been looking either. So the eggs probably get eaten before I get them out, so I'll have to get in there and have a look in that mop and see what we can find. I thought I'd seen an egg when I just give it a bit of a movement, but yeah, if you don't get them out quick, they get eaten. Empty tank. I've got some fish coming for that tank, so that's staying empty, so stay tuned. I won't say what's coming. It's nothing expensive or rare. It's a very basic fish, but quite pretty. Down here is just some Sturbii Corydoras, and they're going really well in there. I haven't bred them, and I haven't really looked for eggs. I've got a few mops in there on the ground over there, one there, but yeah, they could have had eggs on the glass. I haven't checked at all, so not too fussed at this stage. So, and there's still some young blue metal lace guppies in here as well, so they're going okay and growing up. The mixed laddies, there's some nice varieties in there. I'll sort all them out, work out what we're going to do. And there's a bug, but we'll get rid of that bugger. Some snail eggs. But yeah, I'll sort these out, whether I decide to get them into colour groups or we'll just wing that. We don't know yet. Obviously the endless, the black bars and the chilies in there. There's a blue star antler in there as well, and a golden tiger antler going past. So there's a good mixed bag in there. Orange guppies. These are going to come out and go with the mixed guppies. The decision's been made. I'm going to get rid of them because I want to keep something else in that tank. And there's a nice little bristle nose down there. I generally put one bristle nose in each tank when I've got nothing else in there on the bottom, just to help keep the tank clean. They do a good job. Well, they do an okay job, I guess. Mixed guppies. So the orange ones will come in here just to get some, got a lot of dark colours. I need some lighter colours in there to help mix it up. Some mystery snails in there, so we're not going to get too carried away there. My albino blue topaz guppies in here. So they're going well. There is a female here that needs to drop before she bloody dies. So I'm hoping to see some fry swimming around in there, hopefully soon. But these have got a bit of growing. They're not adults by any stretch, so the males will get some nice colour on them, and they'll start looking better and better as they grow. So they're one of my favourites. In here we have our blue star antlers and our platinum half-beaks. Platinum half-beaks are like your little yarfish type thing, I guess. All live bearers. But yeah, there's plenty in there. There's plenty of babies. Did think I seen platinum half-beak babies the other week, but since I thought I saw them, I haven't seen any. So I've been perusing across the top of the tanks, but they just sit in the tops like that and have their babies. So yeah, I'll just keep an eye on that. So I'm not real sure. Over here is just black bars. They're coming out and they'll go into that mixed tank because they were throwing out randoms anyway, so that's where they'll find themselves. We come down here to the Japanese blue antlers. We've got about a dozen in there. Bought an adult pair. They bred them and then I lost the adults, but the babies have grown up and are probably breeding as we speak, so they breed pretty young. And the blue Moscow guppies that have been here. Probably one of the first ones I got. So they're going okay. And a giant peppermint catfish in there. There's plenty of fry. Most of the adults are pretty old. They're probably perished, but they've bred enough, obviously, to kind of just sustains the colony all the time. There's always something in there. There's always something breeding. Not a bad tank. But yeah, that's pretty much it. I do still have fish outside in tubs. I need to get in, but again, I've just been a bit under the weather, and yeah. Oh, of course, I've still got this tank. I've got most of these lights off still. It's got angelfish in it. It's got some red and blue Colombian tetras. Some little chili. What are they called? Chili barbs, are they? I think they are. Ooh, don't hold me to that now. I've gone blank. But yeah, I've got that tank that needs a complete overhaul. I've turned lights off. So yeah, that's the plan. So the main work's getting done in this room at the moment. Get this rack finished. Once that's done, I can go get 12 tanks, get them set up, leave them in there for 2 or 3 months, just running on sponge filters and getting ready. And yeah, so we've got plenty of work to do. We'll see how we go. Might not get anything done this weekend yet. We'll play it by ear. But thanks for watching, everyone. Please like, subscribe, and share. Everything helps. It's all appreciated. And hopefully I get stuck into some work and get some changes. And when I get some new fish rocking up, do another video, and we'll go from there. So cheers, legends, and have a great weekend.